Fitz Preacher Farm. Good to have y'all back again. It's Tuesday, the day before Wednesday, and that means it's Cast Iron Wednesday time. We've got the old Dutch oven out, and we're gonna make a favorite of mine, and we're gonna put a little twist on it. We're gonna make tamale pie, and we're gonna make the inside just like you normally would, but then we're gonna put a little twist on the covering for it. So thank y'all for watching, and thank you for coming by, and let's get after it. All right, let's get started. What we got here is about a pound and a half of ground chuck, and we went ahead and browned that up, and we're gonna add the stuff. We're gonna add some seasoning to it now. We're gonna add some bell pepper. About a half a bell pepper. This is a small batch because it's just me and Mama. We're gonna add about a half a bell pepper, a whole jalapeno, and it's been unseeded, and we're gonna add about a half white onion. Okay, we're also gonna add a can of Rotel tomatoes. We're gonna add a can of probably about a half a can of this Mexican style corn. We like it. And then we're going to add probably a half a can of white hominy. And we're going to let this sweat down a little bit, and then we're going to add our spices, and we'll put some cheese in it as well. Alright, I had to go to the bigger Dutch oven. We're just going to be eating tamale pie for a while. But isn't that pretty? This camera I got a GoPro, and it's kind of weird using it, but that's what it looks like. We're going to let this sweat down a little bit, and we'll add some cheese, and we're going to add our spices next. Alright, here's what we're going to add. We're going to add some cornstarch because we want to thicken it up a little bit. When those vegetables start sweating down, they're going to put a little moisture in there, and we want to thicken that up a little bit. We're going to add probably about 3 tablespoons of chili powder in this batch, and every one of yours is going to be different. They're not all going to be the same. That's why I'm not giving you exact. You're just going to have to figure out, because your size might be different than mine. Garlic powder, you put garlic powder in everything. Ground cumin and whole oregano, and those are the spices that we're going to put in this thing. Alright, there's what our mixture looks like, and you can see it's bubbling pretty good. We're gonna cook it out on the fire here in just a little bit, but we wanted to get this all melted together, and then we want to add some of this to that, and let it be melting down in there, and then we'll put the top on it and we'll cook it. Okay, I told you we was going to put a little twist on this. Here's what we're going to use. This is actually ground Hickory King corn. Got polenta. I got this from a lady in I believe it's Etsy, or I don't remember, but there's where I got it from, Sunflower Sundries, and you can probably look her up. But this is Hickory King that's grown, and they use it. They grow it. You can see it doesn't have any GMO. It's got all the ingredients in it. It's just fresh ground, and that's what we're going to use for our topping today. All right, what we did, we got our cornmeal. 2 cups. I put 2 cups in here. Again, this is going to vary from where, how big you're making yours. But what I wanted to do with this, I put some chicken stock in here, and I've got it. I'm going to start working it up. But here's what makes it authentic. This is bacon grease. This is pork drippings from my bacon and my sausage. We eat Conecuh sausage around here. If you've never had any Conecuh, you need to try that. But the authentic tamales would have pork fat of some kind in them, and that's why I'm going to use this to make this. We want this to be consistency of a wet cement. Sorry about that, camera kicked off for some reason. But we want this to be the consistency of wet cement. I'll get it mixed up and then I'll show it to you. Alright, there's what we ended up with. That's what it looks like. We're going to put it on the fire and get it cooked up, and we'll show you. Right before we get it done, we're going to take and sprinkle the rest of this pepper jack cheese over the top of it. And but this is what we want to see. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's already started coming up. You want this, all that goodie to come up, bubble up in that thing, in that crust. That's what makes it good. So let's get it on the fire. Okay, we got our fire. Now what we're going to do here is this is already cooked, basically. We want to cook the top, and we want to meld all those flavors in there together. So we're not going to put any coals underneath this Dutch oven. We're just going to put them around the bottom of it because we don't want it to burn, but we want it to get hot. And that's what we're doing. We're going to just put these around. Doesn't even have to be all the way around. I mean, close together. It has to be all the way around. We want it to cook right. But some back there in the back. Like I say, this is already cooked, really. And we just want to cook that. And well, evidently it's not meant for me to make this video today. I was putting these coals on there, and next thing I know, my card was full. So I had to run in and change. Anyway, this is about what we want right here. And in about 15 minutes, we're going to check this again and see what we got. That cornbread on top should be just about done. And if it is, we're going to sprinkle some cheese on it, put the lid back on it, and we'll be done. So we'll be back. Well, looky here. That is done. And you can see where that stuff come up in the middle, up through there. What we're going to do now is we're going to put some cheese on there. We're going to put that lid back on there for about 2 or 3 minutes, and we are done. Yummy. There we go. We got our pepper jack cheese on there, and we're going to put that lid back on there now and let that cheese. I'll give you a look here in just a second. How about that yumminess? That might eat. Might eat. Well, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. That's Cast Iron Wednesday. That's my dish for this week. And we were supposed to do something for Cinco de Mayo. I don't do the Cinco whatever. Closest thing to that I do is mayonnaise on a bacon, tomato, and lettuce sandwich. That's the closest thing I get to mayo. But anyway, just all kidding aside, I like Mexican food. I like tamale pie. If you like this, subscribe to my channel. If you like what I'm doing, if you like this video, like it, share it. If you got any questions, comments, put them down below. I'll get back to you, I promise. Hey, thanks for watching.